my friends Jerry and Jeffy at the Wild Bird and Nature Store, 901 Lehman Avenue in Bowling Green. They have been around for over 25 years and they know all about nature, all about the birds, bird watching, bird feeding, putting a garden in your yard and just making it a part of nature. And I'm not talking about your ordinary gardens. I'm talking about the kind that has the little windmills and the beautiful chimes and all of those different things. If you want to make your garden really stand out, this is Southern Kentucky's go to for bird feeders, bath houses, and the largest selection of bird seed around. And don't think that that won't attract the birds, because it will. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then Saturday, 10 to 3. Come see the new camera and hummingbird feeders, the feeders that actually have a camera inside so you can watch the birds come up and feed, fly away. That's all. That's awesome to have that technology and to watch it all happen before your eyes. Your backyard will thank you. Let Wild Bird and Nature Store bring nature a little closer to you. The Wild Bird and Nature Store, 901 Lehman Avenue, Suite 4 in Bowling Green. Hey, hey, it's Thursday. It's June, January. I saw the J there and I thought, what, January? It's not January. Whew, it's not January. It's June, June 12th. And I'm Chris Allen here on 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. All right. I was just noticing radar back here is starting to get a little more active. And I do believe we're going to see some rain move in tonight, especially during the overnight hours. And the next few days, you might as well just plan on it. I know it's Father's Day weekend, but it looks like dear old dad is going to get drenched at times. Here is a look outside right now, and it is mainly cloudy, but some of that is the smoke and haze that has been with us for a few days now, and it's still there. But cloud cover a little more noticeable today, and added humidity also a little more noticeable today. And that's because it's getting ready to rain. Rain, most of it's going to hold off until later this evening, but it's coming. And then it's going to be hard to turn it off once it gets started. So just plan accordingly for Father's Day weekend. I would say go ahead and, do your cookout, go to the lake, whatever you're going to do, but just understand that at some point you're likely, very likely to get rained on at some point. The good news out of all of this, even though it's bad news that it's on Father's Day weekend, all this rain, I don't see any severe weather. Severe weather threat is almost zero, almost non existent. We'll take it. All right. Here is a look at the numbers from today. And we had a high of 87 at the Bowling Green Airport. And that's just 1 degree warmer than normal, 86. And we had a low of 65 and no precipitation past 24 hours. But as I mentioned, as we look at radar, it's on its way. Now, this is the way the radar looks at the moment, right there. Okay, it says, look down here, it says now. So we have some renegade little stray showers that are trying to get going in Middle Tennessee and especially out west in Arkansas and Missouri. All of that is headed this way. There's an upper low that is back into the plains, and it's going to be the culprit for the rainy weather. It is going to be tapping into lots of available Gulf moisture, and it's going to come our way. So let's run the predictive radar or the future radar, and you can watch the timeline here at the bottom and watch, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, midnight. All right, let's see when it's projecting the rains to come into much of the 270. So there's 8 o'clock. Here we go, 9 o'clock, 10, maybe 11. Well, it's going to be close to midnight, it looks like. Yeah, looks like there we go. Close to midnight. All right, it's going back around. Here comes to now. And then it switches into future radar mode. And you can see as we get into this evening, sometime after 11 o'clock, midnight or so, the rain will begin here in Bowling Green. And that will take us into tomorrow. And you can see pretty good areas of moderate to heavy rain coming in back from the west. And it's going to be like this. It's going to be wave upon wave of rain over the next several days. Thunderstorms, yes, but like I said, I'm not looking for severe weather. I don't foresee that being an issue. It's just going to be a lot of wet weather. Sorry, Dad. Just the way it is. Here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet Network as of 6:32 on this Thursday evening. And you can see we've got a lot of 80s, upper 70s to the east, low 80s here, and some low 80s west. It's been a warm day. The highest temperature today in each of your towns, it got as high as 87 in Morgantown today, 86 at the Ag Expo Center. At WKU, well, the Ag Expo Farm, right there next to 165. And then at the Corvette plant, it made it as high as 85. Cumberland County got as high as 88 for a high temperature today, while Russellville hit 86 and Morgantown hit 87. Looks like 85 was your high temperature in Litchfield. 85 for Munfordville, 86 for Franklin. Your high temperature, Scottsville, 85, and Tompkinsville made it up to 85. Those are your high temperatures today. No rainfall. Of course, it's been very dry. This is the third consecutive day in a row we've gotten by without rain. It has been a long time since we've been able to do that, let alone 3 days, but even a day or two, but at the most. But 3 days in a row? Oh, that's bonus. Winds are coming out of the east and a little southeast at 5. Well, calm or light to about 5 miles per hour. Dew points, oh yeah, you can tell they're running high. I mean, look, upper 60s to around 70, plenty of moisture in the air. In fact, we've got a lot of moisture that's in the air and it's ready to pop. It is ready to pop. So get ready for the rain. Let's take a look at the maps. And I want to show you just when to expect the rain to come in. As I showed you on the predictive or future radar, it looks like it's going to be after 10, 11, midnight tonight. We'll begin to see showers moving in, rather light. I mean, you may hear some thunder overnight, but like I said, severe weather, no. It's just going to be a lot of rain and your garden variety showers and thunderstorms. So here we are right now with some wet weather, as you saw, coming in from the west and south, abundant Gulf moisture. Then, as we get into your early Friday, here's the rain beginning in Bowling Green, where it's still dry. There will be some fog in the Cumberland Plateau and to the east. Here we are, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can see pretty much all of us in the 270 will see rain in the morning. And as you're going to work on your Friday, heaviest rains and thunderstorms will be back to the west. Here we are, 1 o'clock Friday afternoon. Several disturbances are going to kind of rotate around that low pressure system, that closed low pressure system to the west. It's like spokes in a bicycle wheel, except they're going backwards, counterclockwise. And each one of these little spokes you see here, it's just wringing out the atmosphere of the water that's available. And there's a lot of water available. Now, while it's not going to rain continuously, there will continuously be a chance that you're going to get rained on this weekend. Here's 1 o'clock tomorrow night. There's one of those pieces of energy to the north and sea. There is that kind of closed low pressure system that's just going to sit here and drift around the region over the course of the weekend. And that's what's going to keep us wet. Here we go into Saturday morning. Look at the rain. It's right. The heaviest rain is right over us. Here comes another piece of energy back here in Missouri. You can see that. So each one of these, when they pass by, it's going to rain. Go rain. Here is Saturday night. Here comes that next piece of energy. Heavy rain, thunderstorms, nothing severe, just a lot of rain. Then here's a boundary, cold frontal boundary to the north on Sunday. This is Sunday morning. Then we go Monday morning. The system stalls just to the north of us. Look at this red zone in West Virginia. If there's a severe weather setup, it's going to be there as we get into Monday morning. Tuesday, everything's still just kind of stagnant. Rain, rain, rain. Here we go into Wednesday, rain. Start to see, a little dry slot back here into parts of Missouri, the Boot Hill of Missouri. This is Wednesday, and then we go next Thursday. Well, there would still be a little bit there, but seems to be this last graphic every afternoon I've noticed is not updated yet. But if it were updated, it would be painted in green, just like the ones before it, because there will be rain even next Thursday, a week from today. We're going to have a whole week of rain. Does that sound familiar? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the problem. It sounds too familiar. I want to show this. If I can get it to call up. Here we go. So this is a look at excessive rainfall, and it's going to be kind of hard to show you all of this. Let me see if I can get it closer. There we go. Yeah. All right. So you see up here, day 1, day 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is showing, this is today. Everything is pretty quiet here. Let me see if I can get a darker base map. Yeah, here we go. All right, that's better. That way you can see it better. So here's Bowling Green, the 270. You can see that coming in from the west, a slight risk, or actually whoops, let me scroll this down. Marginal risk, as you can see, at least 5% chance of heavy rain. Okay, that's today. Gosh. So this map is a little bit newer and I'm having trouble navigating it. But let me go back up here to day 2. This is tomorrow. Notice that we are then under the green marginal This is not severe weather. This is for excessive rainfall. We're in the green, marginal risk of excessive rainfall. That means somewhere in our viewing area or in our vicinity of the 270, even the 615 and 364 and even the 502, there's going to be times when the rain could be heavy enough to cause maybe some street flooding, minor flooding. It's possible. Here's day 3, and look at everybody gets in on it. This would be Saturday, and then we go Sunday, still there. Monday. Now, Monday, we're not in it, but there will still be rain in the forecast. So, but that's talking about excessive rainfall when it really, really comes down hard, hard enough to cause maybe some flooding, minor flooding. Nothing like we saw in April, but flooding is flooding no matter which way you slice it. So, yes, get ready for a lot of rain because it's coming. All right. Let me go back to, let's go to the daily weather map and we'll go to some of the rainfall. Let me see here. Well, I lost my place. There we are, QPF. All right. So let's look at that map I've been showing you each and every day leading up to all this rain. And you can see it's a lot of rain and it's centered right here over the Mid-South region. Some locations between now and say a week from today could pick up 4, 2 to 4 inches of rain total. And here's the thing you got to keep in mind. Some of you will get an inch or two of rain with just one storm. All it would take is one storm to throw down an inch or two of rain. This is collectively over several days, but you could get that much rain in one storm, and that's the problem, is that some of you will see that. So as you're out on the lake or at a cookout, a barbecue, swimming pool, camping, hiking, biking, whatever you're going to do with dad outdoors, you need to understand that it could come just a gully washer or frog strangler or worse sometime this Father's Day weekend. Really, any place, anytime it could happen. Severe weather, I'm not worried about. Heavy rain and some minor flooding, the kind that can trap you pretty quickly, that's what I'm concerned about more than anything else. So please know where you're going, know how to get out, and know how to monitor the weather this weekend. Use the News 40 weather app. Take it with you on your phone so you know what's going on. A look at the blender, low to mid 80s, mostly mid 80s through the weekend and into next week. But I do see a warmer trend pushing us each day into the upper 80s to near 90. And I know many, many times already I have said, even this spring, well, looks like we could hit 90 for the first time, maybe in a day or two, and then it doesn't happen. It still hasn't happened. We've hit 89, but we have not hit 90 officially. Now, you may have at your house with your own thermometer, but as far as officially in the books, as an official 90-degree day, it has not happened for Bowling Green yet this year, but you know it's going to. But you know what? If this trend continues like we've seen all spring, I don't think there's going to be very many 90 plus degree days. There may be a few, but if the trend continues to be cooler than normal, and wetter than normal, it may be hard to get into the 90s for temperatures. So, mm, yeah, it's one of those crazy springs. Next spring may not be anything like this, but this spring is. Here is the 7-day graphic, and you can see after tomorrow's 86, we go a couple of 84s Saturday and Sunday, Father's Day. But look at those rain chances: 70, 80, 90%. Wouldn't surprise me if they go to 100%. Then you see, even after that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, each and every day, chances of rain continue. Maybe 90 next Wednesday or Thursday, as we were looking at. So again, plan accordingly this holiday weekend. Don't get caught out in these storms. Download the News 40 weather app right there. That's the QR code. Open up the camera on your phone right now, point it at that QR code in the corner, and scan it. A little link will come up on your camera. Click that link, and it will take you to where you can download the app, either whether you have an iPhone or Android. It doesn't matter. We have links to both of those there. And then you'll have what you need to take with you this weekend if you're out on the boat, camping, or doing whatever. If lightning comes within 15 miles, think about it. If lightning comes within 15 miles where you are, it will tell you on your phone. You'll get a ping, and it's like, oh, somebody's messaging me. Oh, no. It says the News 40 weather app has seen lightning within 15 miles of my location. All right, time to get inside. Yeah, it'll tell you that. Or if there's a flood warning or severe thunderstorm warning, any of that stuff, and you're in your phone, your phone has a GPS in here. It locates where your phone is, and so it geo targets the bulletins, the alerts right to your phone because it knows where you are. So if you signed up for the app, it's going to tell you if you're in the path of a dangerous storm or lightning. And then you've got the radar right there as well to look at whenever you want. All right. Let's see here. Sharon, good grief. Bad storms again? Well, not if this is in reference to severe storms, no. I mean, there could be one or two, but severe weather, outbreak, or anything, no. Bad storms in the scope of heavy rainfall, gusty wind, maybe some lightning, but heavy rain is what I'm looking for this weekend. That's what we're looking for. So, um, and then Sharon again, why are we getting so many storms this year? Like I just said, it's the pattern. It's just the pattern that we're in. It's cooler and wetter. Uh, but as we transition from spring into summer here in another week, yeah, week and a half or so, we officially flip over to summer. It may change, but I don't see it changing really all that much, which is why I said, who knows when we'll hit 90 for the first time this year. It might not happen, but I think it will at some point. So, yeah, I know you guys have a lot of things planned for the weekend because it's Father's Day weekend. Go ahead and keep those plans, but please just know that I warned you that if you get underneath one of those thunderstorms and it comes a deluge of rain and wind and lightning, then you can't say that I didn't warn you because it could happen that way when you're out at a park or at the lake or whatever you're doing outdoors, even your back patio. You gotta be careful. All right. That'll do it for this 270 weather update, sponsored by my good friends at the Wild Bird and Nature Store. I'll be back in the morning for News 40 Sunrise at 6 a.m. on your TV, and then back here tomorrow evening with another fresh update for you. In the meantime, have a great Thursday evening. Thank you for watching, and God bless.